Hello and welcome to the Visionless Science YouTube channel. So today I'm outside. I've got some sanding to do on a small table, a bench, a standard bench, and a bench with a back on and sides. Unfortunately my dust extractor is out of commission, so I'm having to resort to using the grinder. So I'd rather do that outside because it's a bit messy. So what I'm doing is sanding this down. If you can see here, there's a bit of a lip on this, about 1/8 of an inch. It's only on the one side, so I'll probably do that as the bottom or the back. Don't know which one it is. All three things I'm doing are going to be the same size. So the table is 1 meter by 40 centimeters. So is the bench, and so is the bench with the back. And they want the back to be the same width as well. The slab I'll be using is Douglas fir, softwood, and I'll be sanding it with this lovely beast here. This is my Makita GA9020S. I've got some 120 grit sanding paper on it. You may think that's a bit odd, doing sanding from rough straight with 120, but the grinders are a bit different to normal sanders. The speed that they go at rips off masses in one go, so I tried going down to 20 and 40, but it just takes off too much in one go. I did also use a 115mm grinder with the sandpaper on. I find that good for round things, small rounded logs, to take off large chunks, but on something like this, it's too small an area, so it tends to make pits, whereas this, the 230, you've got a large area there to try and make sure everything gets even. Right, I'll show you how this is all going to go. Then down. That out of the way. I'd heavily recommend the dust mask because you're probably going to see this is going to get very dusty. Right, as you can see, extremely dusty. Got it smooth exceptionally quick. I think it was a bit too oh god, dust everywhere. It's got it quite smooth pretty quick. Obviously it will judder a bit. You need to, for the size I'm using, you need a pretty powerful grinder because that's a lot of area it's trying to take off in one go. Don't think I'm going to be able to get off this 1/8 of an inch lip that goes down here. I'll just probably round that off. Put it on the underside. Hit the camera. Yeah, as you can see, you definitely need dust dust mask. I do have for my small grinder a dust cowl to collect all the dust. I also have one for 180mm sandpaper. The thing is that the 230 just, it's a lot easier for me, but there's no dust cowls that can be fitted on my grinder that's that size. I've looked everywhere, but the biggest it seems to be able to get is 180. If anyone knows of a 230mm dust cowl for angle grinders, please let me know. I'd be most appreciated. I will appreciate it greatly. Right, I'm going to crack on with this. I'll show you how it turns out in a bit. Right, so I flipped the slab over now. So this is a side that doesn't have the that ridge on it, so it's a lot more level. Not fully, but yeah, it's dried wood, so it's got a bit of shrinkages and pits in it. One thing to always consider with using grinders, you need to go quick, because they will burn the wood really fast. Also got to consider with the big one I'm using, that's got a lot of friction on it, so you need quite a bit of strength to stop it spinning all over the place. So yeah, got to be very careful when using a grinder. And again, the amount of dust they make is colossal, because it's ripping off a hell of a lot of dust, and well, it's just going out into the open. So something to consider. Always have a dust mask, and if you can, we tend to use a leaf blower to clean me up in the area around, to disperse the dust around, and something, because I mean, it gets everywhere. Right, so I'll sand this side and show you how it looks after a very quick sand. Oh, I should really take that off, but it needs to talk. Right, so yeah, after a very quick go at that, it's pretty smooth. Again, don't know if there's any burn marks in that. I'll have to, well, sure you all can see that. I'll get I will get informed later. Yeah, just need to do a bit more here and there, but that takes off a lot, gets it quite smooth in very little time. So about like it won't take much longer with a belt sander or random orbital now to finish this off. So what I tend to use the grinders for, get the hard work done quickly and then finish them off with the other tools. Right, so here's the little grinder I use. I've only got the metal guard on at the moment. So I do have a cowl for this, which I tend to use for if I'm doing large areas like this. But again, the problem with this is that surface area. This is that surface area. There's not really much of a comparison. That you're going to get a much more level surface easier. This one I will be used for things like edging here. Probably show you now. It does it really quickly and easily. Just these flat discs, they tend to last forever and ever. These they're meant for metal, but they do the wood pretty well, as you can see. It's actually Mr. Hangerman that recommended using the angle grinders. To be honest, yeah, they're great for getting through things, rough things really quickly. So crack on again with all this. Right, so as I said before, I'm going to use a little grinder just on the edge here to show you how that goes. So quick reason why I do this instead of using an orbital sander. Orbital sanders, obviously they pitch really easy on the Velcro. Don't have that problem with these at all. So if you get the majority of the work done with this, and then with the orbital just to smooth it off, then you're saving your tools a lot. Belt sanders do the same, but again, because it's on on that edge, which I want to just put a round edge on. That's a lot. That's on quite a thin area for the pads to take. So yeah, grinder works well. Saves the other tools. Whee! There you go. Get that off. Oh. Right, so there you go. Just put a small edge on there. It's a little bit crude at the moment, but it's taken off the hard bit. And I'll just be going over again and again just to round it off a bit more. Just take off the edge. This is actually going to be the back of the bench. So I don't need to round off the sides there. I probably need, I'll have to see how far up I need to go with it, but one of the edges up to a certain point will need taking rounding off, because there'll be an arm going across there for people to rest their arm. A side bit for people to rest their arms on, which needs adding on afterwards. It's going to be interesting one this, see how it all goes. It's the first one I've done. I've had the plans for a long time, but someone's actually ordered one now, so got to get onto it. Right, crack on with all this. Right, so I've edged the bench slab with the grinder, the angle grinder as shown before. I did a bit more to it, which I'll probably try and show you a bit better later. When I was edging it before, I was being a bit of a plonker and had the slab lying down instead of like I've currently got it. Obviously this is a lot easier to do when it's up like that, and it stops me from, you know, grinding away my bench bits like I did was there. So yeah, they got a bit scuffed. Thinking more of doing video recording than actually working. Yeah, so I've just done a quick start there, then remembered I have to make a video. As you can see, all this bit here was done with the grinder, and I'm going to finish it off with the belt sander to get a nice smooth finish. It helps, I've got my Black & Decker workmate here. It helps if you've got a height adjustable one, because obviously this one's on the low height, because otherwise this big slab is going to be up here. which then becomes uncomfortable to wield the belt sander. And this thing's sort of 5 kilos, I think. So yeah, gotta try and make things as easy as possible for yourself so you don't hurt yourself and tire out quicker. So as you can see, that's turned out a lot smoother now. Just need to do a couple little bits there. There's a little bit of a scuff there, and where else feels rough? Obviously, a lot easier if you have eyesight. You can actually see where you need to go. There's a bit more that needs doing there. A few bits more there. So yeah, it's just a case of keep going over it until you get it nice and smooth. But as you can see, it doesn't take much to finish it off. I'm just doing a quick round on this edge here. Not as big as that one, just so there's no sharp edges here. So yeah, it also prevents the wood from potentially splitting and going off. So right, just keep going like this and get this all done. Nice edge there. Normally I would use my shaving course that I've got in the workshop, but it's a nice day and I've already got things set up out here. And I prefer it when I've got my extractors working if I'm doing stuff inside. So outside there's a bit more fresh air for the dust. The bag obviously doesn't catch all of it, so you know, it's a bit easier breathing out here than if I was doing it in the workshop. Right, I'll keep going with all this then. Right, so unfortunately we lost the videos of me actually finishing the sanding and getting to the slabs to this point, but here are the final products. Bit annoyed. I don't really want to jump in and pretend I've done stuff, which I did in a other video, and horribly ashamed of it and don't really want to be doing that again. But here's the wow, that wind is really picking up. Okay, well, it's quiet. Here's the bench with a back. As I said, I've got the side arms here. There's another bench and a table over there. Just need to add some bracing on the legs for that. So the way it was done, as you saw, was I used the wide angle grinder to do the face on this nice and quick. and then use the small angle grinder with sanding sheet to round off the edges here, and then same as here. That was done there with the chop saw. I was umming and ahhing doing a more pronounced bit there, but apparently people liked the angle here, so that's been left as it is. So angle grinder to get the majority of the work done on the edges or the flat face itself, and then I use the belt sander to give it a more smooth finish then. Again, it's a lot easier with these bits, and I then finish off with my orbital sander to get a nice smooth finish. I don't tend to go above 120 grits, as what I tend to do with all my furniture is I apply Danish oil, and then if people want it, I then apply oil-based varnish on top of it, which is what all these have had done. I think this one's just been oiled so far. The two there have been varnished as well. So sorry for skipping through things. I'll upload this, but I'm going to try and get a better video of actually going through the entire process done using the lathe and everything. But yeah, this is what the final products have turned out like. Yeah, I think they're nice and solid. A few other people do, and hopefully you viewers will as well. So hopefully you found this interesting, and please check out the visionlessdesigns.com website, which has links to the Etsy store, Facebook and Instagram pages there if you're interested. So thanks again, and see you in future videos.